term of the second Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, met a sudden halt with the National Senate resolving to remove him from the office by impeachment. Senate upheld 5 of the 11 charges against Gachagua in his absence, as well as that of his legal team after he was taken ill. The former Madeira Member of Parliament now makes history as the first Deputy President of Kenya to be impeached.
The tenure of Rigathi Gachagua as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya now seems to have suffered a premature end following a climatic session in the National Senate that resolved to uphold his impeachment by the National Assembly. Rigathi's reign as the second in command fell under siege of an impeachment motion by Kibwezi West Member of Parliament Mwenge Mutuse that found favor in the National Assembly and whose maturity in the National Senate was the final knockout for the Kenya's second Deputy President. Senators dissected the 11 charges against the Deputy President, all of which he denied, upholding 5. In the first count, Mr. Gachagua is accused of making discriminative utterances and likening the government to a shareholding company, where 54 senators voted yes and 13 voted no to upholding it. 28 senators voted to uphold the second charge that accused Mr. Gachagua of undermining the president contrary to Article 147(1) and 152(1) of the Constitution, while 39 voted against it. On the third charge, related to undermining devolution by interfering with the Nairobi City County government, 19 senators upheld it, but 45 voted against it. On the fourth charge, accusing him of undermining judicial independence through public attacks on a judge, 51 senators found him guilty, while 16 opposed. On the fifth charge of breaching his oath of office and allegiance, 49 senators upheld the charge, while 16 voted against it. In the sixth charge, related to inflammatory public utterances violating the National Cohesion and Integration Act, 48 senators upheld it, while 18 voted against it. In the seventh charge, accusing Gachagua of committing gross economic crimes, including conflict of interest, abuse of office, and amassing property valued at 5.2 billion shillings, he was found not guilty, with 14 senators supporting the charge and 52 voting against it. In the eighth charge, where Gachagua was accused of misleading the public through false, malicious, divisive, and insightful remarks, he was found not guilty, with 27 senators upholding the charge, while 40 voted against it. In the ninth charge, which accused him of operating outside his high office by publicly attacking and undermining the work of the National Intelligence Service and its officers, he was found guilty, with 46 senators voting in support and 20 voting against it. On the 10th charge, where he was accused of openly and publicly insubordinating the president, the charge was not upheld, as 22 senators voted in support, while 44 voted against it. On the final charge of gross misconduct, where he was accused of persistently bullying state and public officers, the charge was squashed, with 18 senators voting to uphold it, but 47 voting against it, while 2 abstained. Despite 6 of the counts leveled not finding merit in the Senate, the 5 that did were substantial for a resolution by the House on the fate of the 59-year-old politician, even as his legal team sought an extension of the hearings after their client was taken ill.
That Rigathi Gachagua is no longer useful to this administration. He is a spent cartridge. His work was to help fight Uhuru Kenyatta and get President William Ruto to power, and thereafter he is of no use, so he should be dispensed with and somebody else can be appointed.
Emmanuel Kutosi, KUTV.